copy. Going to share it with you. Second half. Okay, welcome to the second half of the final match in the CBAI 2025 trials. So the link I'm going to put up. You got the link?
Yeah.
Sure. You going to share it, or do I need to? I'll do it in my room. You can do it in.
I can do it.
Don't do it in the Deraymaker room. Do it in the other room.
Oops.
Oh, fuck. Okay, welcome to the final hurrah of the 2025 CBAI Irish Camrose trials. We're watching Anna Ronishak and Carol Deraymaker play against Conor Boland and Tom Hanlon. In the other room, it is Gay Keaveney and Kieran O'Connor will be playing against Adam Mesber and Nick Fitzgibbon. The only two teams that can win the trials are the Team Moran or Team Piggott, but Team Piggott at the moment are losing their match and Team Moran are winning their match. So it needs to be a big swing for Team Piggott to win the event. On this board, we've got a straightforward diamond opener, natural by south, 4 for 1. They tend to open a diamond, which is correct. Spade, 2 diamonds, natural, pass double, 3 diamonds, and now East has introduced his 6-card heart suit, which he wasn't good enough to bid before, which there's not many points, and that's bought the contract. Now, whether a 3 diamonds direct from North would have stole the contract, it's difficult to say. But the hearts are stacked, so it's got 2 hearts, a spade, loser, and probably can rough a few diamonds, can't he? And accept the fact he's got 2 heart losers. So 2 hearts, a spade, and a diamond loser is what he probably end up with. Again, pot score hand, he's chosen his line and he's not hanging about. I think they're looking for an early finish. Some of these hands you've got to cash the ace of spades first for the rats get at it, but not here. A spade and 2 hearts. Okay, I expect that'll be a flat board. losing 10 M's on the previous board was a bit unfortunate and potentially fatal. If you want to follow the result in the other match, you can go to fob.ie and the live results are coming through there. We're in round 5 of 5 rounds, second half of it. Peter Pickett's team has pulled a little bit back, but they've got a long way to go. But we still have enough boards. But the lead is 9 VPs, which is a big lead. Not insurmountable. Team Moran have played particularly well in this match. They haven't given many opportunities to the Deraymaker team to pull anything back. So a club from an owner shack, and they are playing a short club. 2 over 1 transfers over a club, as you can see. The diamond shows hearts. Also a bit 2 hearts here, which says she has a weak no trump with 4 hearts. They seem to be the preferred European methods these days to play transfers over a 1 club opener. The reason for it is you can rebid 1 no trump with 18-19, stops you getting too high, and you rarely pass a club. You tend to move over a club. Certainly if you have a major, you move. And sometimes without clubs, you move. So East-West have got nothing to come in with. South hasn't got that great a hand. You might just settle for 4 hearts. But you may be thinking of higher things. It's the Queen X of diamonds I'd be worried about. It's not a good holding. And you need partner to have good hearts. King of clubs, probably the king of spades. She's just not going to have them. So I think Deraymaker will just settle for 4 hearts. Hope for a better opportunity to create some swings later. Can you put the link up in the other room, Aoife? You haven't already? Yes, we get people to watch. I hope the YouTube presentation has been helpful to people. Try to spread a few words of wisdom and how to play against these top quality players. Knowing their methods makes life easier to play against them. Okay, so South didn't give up completely, made another Mart Slam try, and North said, thank you very much, I've had enough. Diagnosed they had no diamond control and called it a day. Not expecting a swing on this board. Although the bidding will be different, I would think that South would either open a no trump, well, North will open. North will open a diamond in the other room, showing a strong club methods. The trials have been played over 3 days. Started Saturday. There was 48 boards Saturday, 3 16-board sets, 64 boards on Sunday, and there's a further, well, there's 48 altogether today, of which we're playing the last 16. And the current process is whoever wins the trials is given the opportunity to play in the 2 Camrose matches. They don't have to accept the opportunity, and they could give it up, and then the team that in second would probably be invited to play in 1 or 2 matches. But that is unlikely. Someone asked me earlier, when did Ireland last win the Camrose? And I must admit, I can't remember the answer. I think it was about 8 or 9 years ago, but we have won it 5 times since Ireland's been back in tournament. Okay, I would be very surprised if that isn't a flat board too. Not clear why 19 wasn't a flat board.
Bit to game. One off.
Okay, they bid to 4 hearts in the other room on board 19. Went too high, but aggressive. I have a feeling they don't have a weak 2 diamond bid available, so North will pass. And East will obviously try a heart. South will have nothing to do with it. And West has a decision between 2 hearts and 1 spade. Okay, 1 spade, so to try and describe his hand. He's got a bit of a tough rebid. Okay, North now bids the diamonds. East bids 3 clubs, which is almost reverse in values. So it's a good 14 plus. And that's what he's got. He likes a singleton diamond. He liked his ace-x of spades. And West is probably going to have to bid game with his 9 count. He knows the king of clubs is worth a lot of money. Here, okay. And it's not just the judgment that's shown. There's shown judgment at a reasonable pace, at a fast pace. They're actually bidding quite fast. It's as if they're going out to supper tonight. So 4 hearts is quite a good spot, isn't it? You've got a heart loser, a spade loser, and you've got a bit of work to do to set these clubs up. But all the cards are lying very favourable. Now we're going to play. A lot of people would go hammering away to rough clubs. I'm not certain that is right. Good. Got to handle it carefully. Like a lot of the hands we've seen in the last 2 days, you need to plan your play, and management of the contract is key. Counting your losers and counting your winners. Which do you count, losers or winners? I think you count both. So, a heart, a spade, and that's all the losers you've definitely got, but you're just short of winners. So 1 diamond and 2 clubs is 3, and a spade is 4. You need to make 6 more tricks so they can come from setting the spades up or setting the clubs up. Now, if the hearts behave, you can simply give up a club, I would suspect. And the hearts do behave. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a club to the king and run the 10 of clubs. And that'll be good news for him, because the 10 will pop up the queen, and then he can rough his little club with the 5. And what can North do? So it's likely to be 11 tricks. Oh, okay, chose by club to the 10. There's not much in it. It was North bid, and South appeared to have a diamond on it from the play of the cards. I'm sure if it was a pairs tournament, he would be taking a lot more time over this hand to try and get the club suit right. So he was playing safe to try and handle what you might be surprised is a 5-1 club break. And South has queen to 5 clubs. His line would have been good. Minds of some of the East-West and the North-South players in this match and what they may or may not be thinking about. So won't even be thinking about anything other than putting a green card on the table here. South won't be thinking of opening a week 2. Not that they're ever frightened of opening with a 5-card week 2 at this vulnerability. And West is third in hand, vulnerable, with what is a filthy 11 count. Queen Jack doubletons and never good news. Well, rarely good news. It just happens to be good news here. So West did open a diamond. I think they're encouraged to open the 11 counts 13 hand. And the reason they do it is to get the opponent into overcall territory when bidding isn't so clear. And you might ask why East bid 2 hearts rather than 2 clubs. Well, it's because 2 clubs would have been some sort of check back, forcing 2 diamonds. So that's the downside of some of these new checkbacks, what they call two-way checkback, that you create problems for yourself when you have 5 cards heart suit and 4 cards in a minor. And the good news for East is that the hearts behave. And the spades don't behave. And the clubs are not great for him. Okay, they might have been able to engineer a club rough by switching to a club. It certainly wasn't clear. And I don't think we would have beaten the contract, but just held it. Okay. He's done well to cover. The heart suit is blocked. So the player's got a bit of guessing to do. Okay, he's trying to create an entry for himself. Now, North has to rough his partner's spade winner in order to give him a club rough. Let's see if he'll do that. He might well do it. South has to be on the same page as North to cash his ace of clubs and play a small spade. On Keelan, you're well up. No, it's Deraymaker is well up to doing that. It looks as if it was Deraymaker's choice this set, and they've switched around. Now is the key move to play a small spade. And even if he doesn't, Anna might still rough it and put a club back. If East has 6 hearts, they're not beating it. Okay. Remember, for us, we can see all 4 hands. They can only see 2. It's probable that South should have played a small spade rather than a 10. To make it clear. So an opportunity missed. They need to start taking these opportunities, or this match will drift away. We had quite a few people watching the YouTube yesterday, which was great to see. How many people are watching it today? Must be a way of finding out. $25 people watching. Okay, that's very good. Welcome to all the people that are watching. It's good to not to see you, but to feel you're there. Okay, a spade by West. 11 counts, 5, 4, 2, 2s. You don't always open them. If you're unsure, just check where your points are. If they're in your long suits, then feel free to open it. If they're in your short suit, then best not to. 3 diamonds looks like it's not seeing what it is. Looks like it's some 3-card raise of the order 9 to 12. The days of old-fashioned Bergen have gone a little bit now, and people are finding more and more ways of raising with 3-card support. So they're in game, they've given very little away. South has got a blind lead to find, and it's a bit of an awful lead he's got, isn't it? I hate having to lead a heart. I don't like leading a club with Queen Jack X of trumps, and the diamond is so aggressive. So I will reluctantly lead a heart rather than automatically lead a heart, which a lot of people would. It so happens a heart's the right lead. And then Declare's got a spade, a heart, and a diamond loser at least, and has got to guess the club right. Okay, North was on lead, not South, sorry. I wouldn't have led a heart from the North hand, I'd agree with that. I would have played the Queen of Spades with the south-handed trick 1, just to muddy the waters and tempt West into running the 10 of Spades. Because we know that North wouldn't underlead the Queen of Spades. Or would she? No. Okay, so he's drawn trumps successfully, and now he's got this club suit. Okay. The odds are ever so close on whether you should finesse or not. Generally speaking, if there's been competitive bidding, you finesse. If there hasn't, you don't finesse. So he's going to think and then rise with the ace. I suspect. Like the lead hasn't really given him any indication of how the clubs lie. He was never leading a club on the auction. Queen to 3, so it doesn't help him. But it's well worth a thought. Yeah, okay. He did that for my benefit, just to let me know he's thinking, I'm sure. The diamond suit is frozen, as James Hannigan says, rightly so. So it means the declarer can't play it and the defense can't play it, or can they? They could put him to the guess. And if they don't put him to the guess, you see, it's going to go away in the club. But maybe not in time. So we need to find the heart switch now. Probably. Doubt it matters. You'll either lose 2 diamonds or you lose a heart and a diamond. But ace of diamond switch, and he could well make this. So not so clear for Anna Onashek to find the Jack of Hearts switch. But you can see the Jack to 3 diamonds in demi. Okay, she's done better on the Jack. She switched the King in case the Clare had stiff Queen. And it mattered. Okay, he's roughing. And he's going to cast the Queen of Hearts and put him to a diamond guess. And there's the East hand is dummy. Right, well, maybe they were a bit high, but it's understandable, and I'm sure it'll be equalised in the other room. Defence has to be careful, could easily let it out by cashing the ace of diamonds prematurely. But the lead is growing. I think the next 2 or 3 boards will decide whether they're in with a chance. The Piggott team, that is. Once again, 12 count with a stiff king. That's an opening bid. And West has a very similar hand, but bad shape. Got a 10 count with a 3, 3, 4, 3. I wouldn't be surprised if he just bids 2 hearts on it. Like 3 unsupported jacks is awful. We have 2 hearts could have bid Drury. No doubt he could have bid Drury, but he's decided he's not even good enough for Drury. South can't really do anything, but doesn't normally stop Carol Deraymaker. So now he's able to show his 9 or 10 points and 3 hearts. North loves this, but it's only got 1 4-card suit, so she'll get them out of trouble quickly. And you don't see Tom Handlin defending at the 3 level very often if he can compete. So South achieves his objective, pushed them up 1 level. And how does 3 hearts play? There's no spade ruff. So it looks to me like there's 2 spades, a diamond and a club is all they're going to take. But you might have to guess the spades. If the isolated jacks are devalued. So true, James. Yes, we hate jack to 3, jack to 3, jack to 4. Any Regent members here that have the chance to go to one of James's lectures on card playing defense, they're well worth it. Well worth it. They're defending a bit quick, and it's a complex defense, so I think they should slow down a little bit here. Claire has managed spade suited quite well. Still got the diamond suited to engineer. Well, that's just the over trick, isn't it? Notice he didn't try to draw trumps. Sort of trying to cross-ref it, and he can. Doesn't know if the spades are 3-3. Maybe he does. Yeah, is he reversing the dummy? Can rough clubs. So he's roughing a few times with the long trump hands. Rough the club, and he'll draw cross the dummy with the jack of spades and then draw the trump. Okay, I think he sort of knew the spades were 3-3 from the carding. And I can draw the trump. Didn't even need to touch diamonds. So, well done. It's made his 9 tricks. Potential swing to the Moran team here. But it's likely there'll be 2 hearts in the other room, not 3. It's not the 1 imps that they're looking for, it's the 10 imps that the North-South pair need now. Boards are running out. 7 to go. So I don't think Anna's going to do anything with the north hand. South's not going to let that go. South will. It's not clear if they could open a club or a diamond. I think they could open a club on this one and rebid a spade. just got to be careful when you play transfers with your four ones. Even though when he bids a spade, he's implying 5 diamonds and 4 spades. North will probably raise to 3 spades. Only 2. Okay. Maybe she felt the 3 small diamonds wasn't a huge asset. The South, I think, is okay. I think he was didn't just make a game try, but that's the game try too. Just going to try to make it. Right, so again we can count. So let's wait for the opening lead. We can count losers here: a diamond, a heart, and a spade loser. So it's our first worry now is how do we handle a 4-1 spade break, if there is one, and who do you play? No indication who you should play for 4-1. You can only really handle it with East having 4 spades. Eight of spades could come into play, but I think he's going to play the king of spades and spade to the 9. You've got to be a little bit careful he doesn't get forced. It's quite probable that you can't handle a 4-1 break because you have a lot to do. You may have to rough this diamond. So you sort of need the spades 3-2. But you see, if you do win the king of clubs and play king of spades and finesse the spade, they can play heart, and they're starting to worry you. So that's what he's thinking about. Can he afford to? I think that's what he's thinking about. Can he afford to handle a 4-1 spade break, or is that risking his contract? Okay. Strange you've hit the jack on the king of clubs. Okay, well, he's decided that if the spades are 4-1, he can handle it better. West hand. Or he's maybe decided he can't handle a 4-1 break as suggested. He'll unblock the club first now. And playing diamonds. I'm pleased to make his 10 tricks. Indeed, a nothing board. Not the boards the doctor ordered for the last set of a Camrose trial. So, where do we go now? East will just open a spade. People are reluctant to overcall 5-card minus with minimum values these days. I don't think it'll stop calm. I think Deraymaker will bid 2 clubs. Yep. Indicates a lead if they end up playing in hearts. The benefit, downside is sometimes they can W. And West has got a difficult bid between 2 diamonds or double. Can't read double with 2 hearts, so has to be 2 diamonds. Or pass. Pass is not ridiculous. And North would like to bid hearts, but she's only got a 4 count. East doesn't worry about the lack of a heart control. It's 2N. Sort of describes his hand. Yes, the lead has grown from 3 VPs over Peter Piggott to 12.76, according to James. So it's not looking hopeful for Peter Piggott. They seem to play pretty well. They were top of the Butler last time I looked, Peter Piggott and Thomas McCormack. And the 2 youngsters, Michael Donnelly and John Connolly, which you may not all know, have done incredibly well, about half an imp aboard on the Butler. And that's a very good performance. Yes, if Peter Piggott was relying upon Deraymaker's team to bail them out, I don't know. They're a bit off colour this weekend. They're a very good team, not necessarily been firing so well. And of course, we will then have the big discussion about the 2 weak teams on how it impacted the scoring. Bearing in mind, Peter Pickett's team beat them 20-0 in both matches. And so did the Moran team, beat them virtually 20-0. It's great to see the extra 2 teams playing and made it a nice number. But what you're doing, you're taking boards away from the top teams playing each other, which randomizes the result a little bit. Don't know the answer, which I did. Okay, well, the club suit, just have a stop in the club suit. So we think this is going to just come home. Well stopped. And for any of the 25 watchers that want to watch it again, there is a recording of this, which you can get from Aoife or myself. And I think you'll also be able to see James' comments on the recording, which have all been quite instructive as well. It's very good to see BBO and the trials teaming up again to provide some useful tips for future trialists. Okay. So it might be a good stop. Let's see, 4 spades anywhere near making. 3 spades isn't even making. So does the 12 come with a poor heart suit? Looks playing weak no trump, might be tempted to open a weak no trump with that. Bit out of shape. I'm sure he will open heart. And West is likely to try 2 no trumps, although it's minimum-ish. And the vulnerability is green against green. Just about enough. But I wouldn't argue with the pass. Okay, well, normally when to argue with Conor Boland, he's normally right, but I personally don't like a double with so many points in the minors and 10 count. And it's likely to get 4 spades from his partner here. Tom Handlin will know that his King Queen Hearts is probably not worth the 5 points that's written down on the cards. But he's expecting a more suitable dummy than what he's going to get. Okay, that doesn't surprise me. He might still make it, of course. He's only got a club, a diamond, and a spade loser off the top. My gut feeling is this will go off. And 5 clubs had play. Good play, really. So this is the potential that the Deraymaker team has to capitalize on. They need to get to 5 clubs in the other room and make it. And also the non-trivial process of defeating 4 spades in this room. You see why the lack of the 4th trump makes a huge difference when you're so minimum in values. I have no problem with the 10 count if you had the 4th trump. I have no problem with the shape if you had a sort of 14, 15 count. Well, they won't have many hands to discuss after this weekend, but this could be one of them. Yeah, double is politely described by James as marginal. I can imagine what the late John Common would have said about the double and his grandmother. Okay, he's basically given up on making this, I think, and settling for 1 off. So he doesn't know the clubs are unfavourable, and he could have dropped Queen X to spades. But he does suspect the spades aren't 3-3 with the bidding. He knows North has 4 hearts, South's shown 5, and yet South hasn't opened a no trump, so South won't have a strong no trump range unless he has a singleton. Okay, sneak the diamond through the... He's definitely a club loser. We can keep his spade losers to 1. Can he make enough spades on a cross ruff once he enjoys the Queen of Hearts? Because he's made the Queen of Hearts as well. So Queen of Hearts and Ace of Clubs is 2 tricks. He would need to make another 6 spade tricks, which is possible. He's got 7 of them now. Okay, it's going to come down to guessing these spades now. he hasn't seen many of South's points, and he's seen the ace from North. So counting his points, which I'm sure he normally would be, and he probably still is here, even though it's late in the match, South has to have the Queen of Spades, who's got a 10 count. So it's not unreasonable, if he's worked all this out, to lay down the ace of spades and play a spade to the king. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, geez, what's that here? So I think he's going for this line of making a lot of spades in the crossroad. I think he could have roughed a diamond down. Yeah, he has been counting points. So important in this game. Notice he's, well, one of several well-played hands we could identify in a few of these video presentations we've had. Maybe I'll cut and paste them all together. So, well thought out for the end of what's been a long weekend, and they've played most of the boards, the East-West pair, and he worked out well that South had to have the Queen of Spades. Yeah, didn't even see a double dummy, James, but it's... I don't think he had the complete plan from the start. The plan developed. And sometimes that happens as you go through a hand. Plan develops and you rethink, which you did halfway through. And he saw the line, basically to pick up Queen X of Spades offside. Once North had tuned with ace hearts, remember, that was the key. And he had 13 or 14 points himself, and there's 10 in dummy. So he knew South had everything. So I think there were several chances to make it in the end he would have had. Things have broke different. So very well played. A heart from North, I've got suit here. We've no problem with that, and no trouble over call. We've no problem with that. South would like to bounce the bidding, but he's vulnerable and he's got terrible shape, yet he'll still bid 2 hearts, I think. Yeah. We know South have done very little wrong, but they just haven't brought in enough. They haven't had the opportunities to bring in enough, in fairness, because they are normally an aggressive pair. West would like to compete, but he's not going to risk a double with only 2 spades. Tuno Trump is interested in whether that's 11 sole or both minors. Now you're in this awkward territory. Normally Tuno Trump would be to play in clubs or diamonds, one of the suits. And that's your problem now. Your partner's bid 3 clubs and you don't know where to pass or bid 3 diamonds. So you have to give up on one of them. Tuno Trump needs to have a meaning of either both minors or 11 sole. Perhaps he's happy to play 3 clubs. Perhaps he just never intended to show diamonds. It's not the end of the world. Clubs break. Queen to 3 clubs is on the side. And diamonds are not like that unfavourable, so I feel this might well sneak home. You know, the good players is playing the inferior contracts optimally. This is certainly inferior, but I would think it's going to make. He's going to win this with the queen or the ace wherever he needs to. He's not going to rush to take his spade pitch, and he's probably going to run the jack of clubs. And the difference is I'm doing all this double dummy. Remember, he's doing it all with just the one dummy. I would agree with James. The last hand was bad news for Peter Piggott. Okay, he chose his line. He's playing it fairly quickly, and he's going to have some nice, pleasant news in diamond shortly. I'm probably going to wrap up 11 tricks. And if you played in diamonds, you might have only made 10. So is that so peculiar? That's the game of bridge for you. The 5-2 fit play better than the 5-4 fit. In the previous hand, the 4-3 fit played better than the 5-4 fit. It can be a hard game. I wouldn't be surprised if Hanlon and Boland go up towards the very top of the butler after this match. Peter Piggott has lost his lead in the butler to John Cowell and Mark Moran. Tom Hanlon, as predicted, is flying up the leaderboard. And Derek O'Gorman and BJ seem to be having quite a good set in the last set here. Well done to BJ. He's played every single board, as is the whole members of his team. And they've pulled it back to 10-all in their match. So they're doing their bit in trying to rescue their match after only 26 boards. But there needs to be some miracles going on with Deraymaker's team. Okay, one spade looks normal. 3 diamond was this 3-card raise we've seen before. 9 to 11 or a bad 12. 3-card raise with a bit of shape. I think that's what it basically is. And it's become very popular. And I do agree with East West are playing in luck, but you tend to make your own luck in any sport. When you play well, the luck goes with you, as Gary Player once said. The more you practice, the luckier you get. So West has signed off, but East is going to fit the game. In fact, he's doing more than that. He's making a slam track. Why not? It's a decent enough slam, isn't it? If you've got enough entries to rough out the club, you probably do. Don't need the club finesse. Okay, because his bidding so far, West is maximum now because he He only bid 3 spades over the redouble. So West devalued his Jack 10 of diamonds as not being great initially, but now he can't devalue them again. Yeah, I agree with James there that North South have not played particularly badly this set. I think they've just not had the opportunities. Maybe they should have defeated a 2 spades when they could have had a club rough. But other than that, they're just sitting there and admiring what's going on. Or not. So Blackwood shows his 1 key card. Have you got the Queen of Trumps? And the modern tendency is to go back to the trump suit when you don't have the Queen. You know, Gay even he does it the other way. And traditionally, you would have bid 5 hearts without the Queen. And he still thinks it's worth a shot. But he doesn't really know for certain about the King of Clubs, although he suspects his partner's got it. And he knows they'll be pushing in the other room. So it's not north is thinking, here is east. I would suspect. His partner's just going to have 3 diamonds too often, is Handler's problem. Because he only bid 3 spades over the redouble there. Okay, well, he decided once his partner makes a slam, try missing the Queen of Spades and diamond shortage. He's sort of got to have the King of Clubs draw on the Queen. No, he would have had all these agreements playing with Hugh McGann over the years, but he hasn't quite got them with Conor Boland yet. So it's a brave decision between 6 spades when he must know that quite well up in this set. So I don't think he's got any losing options here, has he? South will no doubt lead the 7 of diamonds, and he won't risk ducking that. 10 Queen Ace. You cast the Ace of Spades, find out the good news. And this probably even gives him another spade entry because he can finesse the 8 of Spades if he wants to. It's brave north of false cards for Queen 9 Doubleton Spade under the Ace. So it has been an entertaining set. I feel sorry for North South that have just sat and watched, but East in particular has had one of his superstar type days, and I think he's done has worked out. So what are you going to do on the diamond lead? And remember, we're looking at all 4 hands. And we know we're not taking the club finesse. And do we draw the second trump? You can probably afford to, can't you? You can afford to draw the second trump. Because if the clubs are 5-1, you're not going to make it. South will have the 5 clubs. So you need the clubs 4-2, which is great odds, isn't it? Just go pick the spades and the clubs up here. And if you've got a spade loser, you might well escape with the clubs working. So That's a bit of a surprise. Well, gives me an extra chance sometimes of playing a diamond to the 10 and then playing north. I'll have to eliminate the hearts. Okay, well, that's the good news he wanted. I think all the other lines are a bit obtuse. He's just going to play ace of clubs, club to the king. Remember, it could be South has got the Doubleton club. He's probably thinking about that. Ace of clubs, club to the jack is not possible. But probably not right. So, okay, ace of clubs, club to the king. And then it's what spade does he rough the next club with? That's the big question. No, he's decided to finesse the club. And the reason was he didn't know what spade to rough the club with next time. That's just right. Doesn't matter now. Okay, he's chose a line that could make all 13 tricks. Wasn't the line we were all looking for. We were looking to make 12, so well done. Huge pressure now on Keaveney and Kieran O'Connor to equalise that board.
They're in 5 clubs on board 27.
Which that should make. They bid the better game on board 27. It's not clear it makes. That's 5 clubs on the 9 card fit rather than 4 spades. On the 7 card fit. I wish good luck to the Irish seniors going into battle at half 5. That's Pat Barry and Rex Anderson and Teresa Rigney and Joan Kenny. That'll be playing on Reelbridge in the big European seniors event. A lot of bridge on this time of year. So a spade from West. And yeah, win the trump. Can you do? South again, it's got another one of these hands. You just got to sit and watch. And it's the rebid. I don't know if they play this Gazilli convention, which is quite popular, but 2 clubs as partner. What his range is. 3 clubs would be. So there's a sort of statement at the 3 level, which is a bit old-fashioned though on his methods, but could also be checking for a 5-card heart suit. I think he's looking for his East heart length. We'll find out from the response. Okay, that's probably showing a Doubleton heart. It's not a Doubleton heart, but I have a feeling it's to do with the heart length. So West a set of a 4 in spades, and they've got a 4 spade rather than 3 no trumps, which is a better spot. These are the hands that trials have won and lost on normally. It doesn't matter here. Judging whether playing 3N or 4 of a major when you've got these type of hands. And when you've got 5 3 fits, choosing which one. So they've chosen well. At least it's very suitable, despite him only having a singleton. That's not to say this is going to make, of course, because he seems to have a spade, 2 hearts, and a diamond loser. So, did West do too much? Probably not. For those of you that don't play Gazilli, and you've also got another convention with the West hand, you can play transfers after 1 your trump. So you could have been 2 hearts to show 6 spades and a variety of ranges, which would have handled that one quite nicely. And then followed by 3 clubs, which would have shown a 6-3-3-1 shape. It's why it generally takes a couple of thousand boards to build a partnership, and 3 or 4 years. So, yes, Tom Andon plays a lot of bridge over in Canada with some Canadians, so he might have picked up some American and some French techniques, as James suggests. So what's he thinking about here then? So Connor playing this one, and he's thinking of getting rid of a heart loser on the diamond, in my view, eventually. But in the meantime, they're going to switch to a heart. So it's possible the right line was to duck a diamond at trick 3, because they can't attack hearts without letting you rough a heart. They've eventually got to play space for you. I think if he ducked a diamond at trick 3, he might have been okay. Because you can see here he has to lose 2 hearts and a diamond now. Providing North can find a heart switch. Otherwise, he can duck the diamond. North has had an awful lot of these horrible hands, which she's had king jacks and she's had to find a switch. She's found 1 or 2 of them. So, yeah, this is now going to make. So, could South have done anything to help? Probably not, really. Could have discouraged diamonds, but couldn't afford to throw a diamond with queen to 3. In fact, they had no chance to throw it. The way he played his spades might have indicated what to do. Diamond switch needed South to have king, queen of diamonds, whereas a heart switch just needed the queen of hearts, which was more likely. So probably a heart switch is right. Probably ducking a diamond was right, but odd 30, they're all getting tired. And they haven't got the benefit of seeing all 4 hands like I have. But the common theme over the last 2 days of presentations is that timing and hand management is so key at this level. And counting, and more counting. He's going to duck that. Just taking his time to make certain I'm watching, I think. Cool. You know you're going to duck it, Connor. Just duck it quickly. Okay. So well done again, and more opportunities have disappeared. Now it looks as if that 5 clubs didn't make on board 27, which is going to impact the butler an awful lot, I suspect. And we might find new leaders. Not that the butler means much. Butler doesn't mean much. When there's only 6 teams, the butler can actually be misleading. You can find that if 2 or 3 pairs play badly sitting in the same direction, those 3 players lose less than the one innocent pair that just did the normal stuff in the other direction. What I'm saying is 3 east-west go off in a game they should have made. The poor north-south in the 4th table that just had to sit and watch the opponents make their lay-down game get hammered a lot more than the guilty ones. So butlers can be cruel in 4 table movements, or 3 table movements even. Yes, I think the fat lady has sang. Well done to Team Moran. Second trials they've won this year. I hope the rest of us have is to stop them winning the Holmes Wilson, but that's going to be hard. No, I'm not surprised the other room is finished a little bit quicker because we've got BJ O'Brien playing and Gay Keefe at the same table, and they will whiz through the cards. I think BJ's probably got another event he's playing in tonight. I know he's playing all day tomorrow in the seniors. Who's Hans van Steven for dealing? I don't know. So many thanks to the BBO operators, Terry, Breed, Eamon, and whoever else was there. Thanks a lot. You've really made it entertaining for the audience to watch. And the players have not let themselves down with some very good play on the, particularly in the last, in match 3 and match 5. And for the selectors, well, they've got to pick the bones out of what happened this weekend and whether it was right, whether it was wrong, and what they can do. You have to let people play once they qualify, but you've got to limit the effect. I don't think it has affected the result here. I think the same team would have won whatever the format. So 4 Hearts was just taking advantage of the vulnerability a little bit. Heart was a transfer to Spades, of course. And 4 Spades was showing a bit of shape. And 5 days, 5 diamonds was, well, I think it's all over now. And the vulnerability's been awkward for South you can't really double. And West wasn't certain whether to pass 5 diamonds or bid 5 hearts. I don't think it matters too much. North will double with 3 aces. Not certain that 6 spades is, well, it won't make us a 4-1 break, but that's probably what stops 6 spades, isn't it? Maybe a diamond lead breaks it even when it's a spades break. You've got to lose a spade and a heart, sorry. Getting late. So 5 spades probably isn't making. There's 5 hearts playing. It's spade a club again. I see 6 clubs are on 6 spades. Desperation bit, I feel that. Yeah. South might be trying to think that a 4-4 fit is better than a 6-4 fit. That's what he's thinking. But I have a feeling 6 spades might be doubled.
Eamon said that Gay is furious with himself for going down in 5 clubs.
He's not played well. He's too tired. He's not a fit man. Mentally, he's not fit.
He's still on, aren't you?
Oh, sorry, yeah. So 2 boards to go, and this board's not looking promising. Yeah, passed before he's doubled, and West suspects he's going off, but can't risk doubling. Because it's probably only gone 1 off from West's point of view, and if it does make, it's 1680 rather than 1430. So the odds are against him, but he does suspect it's going off. Might well lead a spade, thinking his partner's got a spade void. I don't think he's seriously considering saving in 6 diamonds. And for those people who haven't bought their ticket to the Regent 100th anniversary gala dinner this Saturday, few tickets left, well worth a visit. Well worth a visit. All Porters will be delighted to see you all. And it's for nothing. It's almost for nothing. I can't remember the price. I think it's about 95. Well worth coming. To O'Reilly Hall, UCD. Come on, Connor, we want to have our supper. Everyone's gone to sleep. What have we got left? 31 people left. Okay, great to see you all, especially those who've just joined us. You've seen a very good demonstration of good declarer play and some good defense by East-West. And very little opportunity for North-South to exercise their undoubted talents in this match. Yeah, well done, Team Moran. Well done, Gronia and the crew. And commiserations to Team Piggott that were really flying for a while. He's probably looking at dummy and he's not really thinking about the play. He's thinking, what are you going to say to Anna when he tells her she had 3 aces and didn't double? But you have to remember that Deraymaker did bid 4 spades, so she expected a bit more. Well, maybe they had to bid it. I sort of agree with that, James, but I think they knew it was probably all over. Numerous hands were unlikely to be equalised in the other room, and they would. It's just how could you see 6 clubs making it needed South to have so much? And you know the spades are breaking badly for the reasons that you said. They had to be 4-4-4-1. Or 5-0 even.
They haven't bid 6 spades on board 29. They stopped in 5.
Well, 29, if you remember, was a little bit of a punting on your partner, having the king of clubs that hadn't even shown the king of clubs, hadn't had a chance to show it. But maybe it had implied he had it. So we're expecting a 13-imp swing on board 29. Is it 30? 29. So the Butler's all very close. And I think that one might well swing it that Conor Boland and Tom Handlin go to the top of the Butler. It's not crystal clear. But not surprisingly, they've already picked up 35 imps on this set. So we expect to lose imps on 29 and we have lost imps on 29 and 31 quite likely. So when the trump strong, a genuine win the trump. Some people bid 2 clubs on the south end and pass their partner's response. Doesn't always work. Can end up with 4-2 diamond fits. Yep, so with advanced save. And he's got away with it because his partner's going to bid 2 spades. Now the tip for the people that do bid 2 clubs on some of these hands and they bid stronger is that when you rebid 2 no trump over a 2 diamond response, your partner should very, very rarely accept the game try. So 1 no trump, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump. You need a 17 count to accept game over that. Just another little Pete Punt tip on staying with bidding. Hugh McGann tip as well, I think. So they managed to get to 2 spades, which was a good success story because 1N isn't so good, but 1N probably also sneaks home. We've only got 6 top tricks in 1N. So the bad spade break doesn't worry you. You're not going to pick the hearts up, but you will rough some diamonds, rough clubs, whatever way you want to do it, but you will sort of cross rough a little bit. For those of you watching and interested in card play, notice that the card play has been pretty good by the top players here, and the trump management in particular has been excellent.
For 30, they stayed in 3 spades.
Okay. As with most sports, momentum is a big factor, and momentum certainly has been with the Moran team in this particular match, and they've exposed it with huge effect. I'm getting to hear that game was missed on board 31 as well.
30.
Board 30, sorry. I'm expecting 31 to be bad. Well, the good news is that Team Moran has successfully defended their Camrose trials success, which I think they've done for a number of years now. Next year, people tell me there's 2 Irish teams. I don't think that's right. I think it's probably the year after. So we wish them good luck in the Camrose, which starts a bit later this year. It's this sort of 9th of January. And before that, we have the CBAI ladies trials in January the 2nd. And there's a reasonable entry for that. I think that's going to be on BBO as well. But I'll leave that to someone else to do the YouTube presentation. I'm taking a little semi-retirement. And in the meantime, we'll just flick over to the table just to watch the last board with BJ O'Brien. Oh, it's not BJ O'Brien, sorry, it's Keaveney and O'Connor. If you like the presentation, just tick a little like. I don't know if you can, but if that works on this live presentation, and I may do it again sometime. Thanks all for listening. It's a good job they did miss game on this, because I don't think they would have made it. I think they're only going to make 3. I think Nick's going to work out his partner can't have the king, queen of diamonds, so he'll play a heart. Yeah. So, and there's about 30. Nick Fitzgibbon done well to find the hard switch in the other room. They played a diamond, and it allowed 4 spades to sneak home. Playing 4 spades was particularly interesting, what you should do to make it. I didn't see the opening lead here. If it was a club lead, you had to duck a diamond early on and then duck the heart return. And then you're probably okay. So it's noticeable the tiredness is creeping into the Deraymaker team. They're playing 4-handed, remember, as opposed to a 3-pair team, which Team Moran has. And they're all marginal decisions that they've gone wrong. They're not hugely errors. It's just when teams got them all right, the marginal decisions, and the other teams got a lot of them, unfortunately, wrong. And I predicted that Handlin Boland would go to the top of the butler after that set. And that is the case at the moment. Although possible that Peter Piggott, Thomas McCormack might go back to the top. With 4 pairs scoring more than an imp board, that generally indicates something. Either indicates very, very good play, which I'm sure it was. Sometimes indicates that the field might be a little bit mixed. And maybe a bit of both is true. But well done to the 4 pairs that had a very, very big butler. Sounds like Breed.
Yeah.
So 2 clubs, bidding would be different. The other room, of course, they're not playing precision clubs. So a strong 2 clubs was either 6-card club suit or 5 clubs and a 4-card major. He happens to have both. So 2 clubs, 2 diamond is some mild interest. 2 hearts is obviously natural. Some people would have bid 4 hearts without vulnerability. Tom Hanlon did in the other room. And South wants to do something because he's got a little bit of extra shape. And it sounds like his partner's got spades. And the opponents have hearts. And North is going to raise to 4 spades. And that could be where they play. Okay, Easter's done well to find another bid, and North is committed to bidding game, of course. Now, do they find the safe? Do they need to find the safe? Is four spades always making? Feeling it probably is, isn't it? But maybe it's not. So you've probably got a diamond, a heart, and two spades, and you can't rhythm quick enough. So four spades goes one off. So they've done the right thing in not saving. But some sad news from the other room that they put in six clubs, which goes two off, and four spades just goes one off. So it'll be three imps to, it's likely to be three imps to north-south, which will help the butler Hanlon McGann a little bit. Hanlon and Conor Boland. Wonder if Hugh McGann is watching this video presentation. I doubt it. If you are, nice to see you, Hugh. So, any hopes of making it if they don't get the diamond switch in time? I don't think so, because they can rough the third club and switch to a diamond. He's got to rough his hearts and hope the spades break. An ultimate hand. Just checking on the Peter Pickett match, see how it panned out in the end. Looks as if it was a narrow win for Matthew O'Farrell. Well done to the youngsters. They put in a very good showing. Particularly John Connolly and Michael Donnelly, who have taken to Funbridge like duck to water and are doing incredibly well, representing Ireland on that platform, and have represented Junior Bridge effectively in the trials, having a very, very good butler. Just suck a dog too. Come on, up you come. Ooh. Could you just Thank you. Well, I think it's bye-bye for me, for myself. I hope you've enjoyed the YouTube presentation, and got another match starting quite soon, the Irish seniors. So I shall see most of you next Saturday night at the O'Reilly Hall, and a few of you perhaps on Wednesday. That's bye from me, and congratulations again to Team Moran on a convincing victory in the trials. Stream is about to end.